Do you know exactly how many stars exist in the entire universe? As we all know, a star is a type of celestial body that emits light and heat. For example, the Sun, around which our Earth orbits, is just an ordinary star. Beyond the Sun, there are hundreds of millions of bright points in the sky. Yes, these bright points are almost all stars. They are spread across an expanse of tens of thousands of light years and collectively form a massive galaxy. This is the Milky Way, the galaxy in which we live. Observations show that the Milky Way contains between 200 and 400 billion stars, and the Sun is just a tiny one among them. So have you ever wondered whether all the stars in the universe really outnumber the grains of sand on Earth? In fact, before the 1920s, people generally believed that the Milky Way was the entirety of the universe. That changed when astronomer Edwin Hubble discovered that the Andromeda Nebula was actually a distant extragalactic system, a galaxy outside the Milky Way. It was then that humanity began to realize the Milky Way was just one of countless galaxies in the universe. In September 2003, the Hubble Space Telescope pointed at a small patch of the Fornax constellation and exposed it for 13 days, capturing a deep space image known as the Hubble Ultra Deep Field. Unbelievably, the field of view was just 3 square arcminutes, a very tiny portion of the sky. Yet within this seemingly hidden area, around 10,000 galaxies were discovered. Nearly every one of those bright points in the image was a galaxy as massive as the Milky Way, and within each galaxy, there are tens of billions to hundreds of billions of stars. Furthermore, each star may host a unique planetary system, much like our own solar system. Based on this type of deep space data, scientists have conservatively estimated that the observable universe contains roughly 2 trillion galaxies, like the Milky Way. Although galaxies differ in size and shape, knowing their quantity allows us to attempt a rough calculation of the number of stars. If we assume each galaxy contains about 100 billion stars, then we can estimate that the universe holds approximately 2 times 10 to the 23rd stars. That's a 2 followed by 23 zeros. This is roughly comparable to the total number of grains of sand on Earth. Hard to imagine, isn't it? Among the dazzling stars in our sky, aside from the 5 planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, almost everything else visible is a star. However, the human eye can see at most only about 60 of them unaided. And these visible stars are just the tip of the iceberg within our own Milky Way galaxy. Not to mention, galaxies like the Milky Way are scattered abundantly throughout the vast, boundless universe. It's not hard to see that when viewed on a large enough cosmic scale, even a galaxy with hundreds of billions of stars like the Milky Way becomes insignificant. So by comparison, perhaps the worries, chaos, and events in our daily lives on this tiny Earth are just as trivial